Riots. The real life of Purge.
Summer of 2011 was a...
Shout out to Kid Nerd. Like, comment, subscribe. We throwing this on the YouTube, y'all. Yeah, we gonna drop this in the morning. But listen, if you're not on the Kick, man, listen. Follow us on Kick. We live. It's late night right now. It's 11:24 p.m. What time is in the UK, y'all? It's 5:20. It's 4:24 in the UK. Listen, we outside. We ain't outside, but we upside. Whatever. Man, whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Let's do this though.
Wild time in the UK. A young father was shot to death by police, and the community outcry after was what?
Fuck the police, bro. yeah, bro. Fuck them worldwide. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck the I'm on some NWA shit. Worldwide, fuck the police. Yeah, because it's crazy.
One that no one expects, shot to death by police, and the community outcry after was one that no one expected. Today, we're going into the London 2011 riots.
Oh, so this is after Bando K-Pop's pass? RP Mark, man. Damn. Alright, this some homework for me. Look, I'm doing my homework right now. Let's do this homework. I gotta do my homework. Yeah, I gotta do my homework.
So to start this story, we have to go to North London in Tottenham. More specifically, a big housing project inside Tottenham called Broadwater Farm Estate. The housing project is quite notorious for its rich history of gang activity in the area. Nowadays, the estate is known to be the birthplace of a big rap collective called OFB. But before OFB, the area was known to be the origin of a notoriously dangerous gang called the Tottenham Mandem. A gang which had had one of the most deadly feuds.
That was some dirty shit. My fault, man. I'm mad I did that. Just spit on the camera. That was some dirty shit. I ain't gonna lie, I had to spit though.
Dangerous gang called the OFB. The area was known to be the origin of a notoriously dangerous gang called the Tottenham Mandem. A gang which had had one of the most deadly feuds in London history with an East London gang called Hackney Boys. But in the 2000s, the Tottenham Mandem splintered into several different batches across London, with different blocks and areas in Tottenham rolling with different names. Which is when a group of friends from the Broadwater Farm Estate started calling themselves Star Gang. A well-known member of Star Gang was a man called Mark Duggan, who is actually the father of a well-known drill rapper who goes by the name of Bando K. Mark Duggan grew up on the Broadwater Farm Estate and was a very loved and respected person inside and outside of his estate, but he was heavily under the police radar, with him being named among Europe's most feared and violent criminals, which led to him being investigated and followed by a special police unit called Operation Trident, which was a police unit set up in 1998, which specifically fights gun crime and homicides inside the black community in the UK. And Operation Trident was on in more when there was talks of a retaliation hit after Mark Duggan's cousin, a man called Kelvin Easton, was stabbed to death inside a nightclub back in 2011. It was August the 4th when Trident officers decided to make their move on Mark Duggan. At 6:15 p.m, Mark was travelling through Tottenham in the back of a minicab, but inside the minicab with him was a shoebox with a loaded pistol inside, which he picked up around 15 minutes beforehand. While in the back of the cab, Mark starts to clock that a few unmarked cars are starting to follow his journey back to the Broadwater Farm Estate, and instantly he knew it was bad news. So he sent out a broadcast on his BlackBerry Messenger phone saying Trident just jammed me. Not long after this message, one car pulls in front of Mark's minicab, with another car blocking the sideways and another blocking the cab from the back, forcing his minicab to stop. Mark tried to make a run for it, but he didn't get far before an officer...
I ain't gonna lie, this the first nigga I see run. Niggas don't be running. Niggas don't be running, man. All these videos I be doing, niggas just be giving up. The other nigga ran though, who was with what was that, CB I think? Who was in the whip with CB, the driver? He got up out of there. Yeah, he skirted. I ain't gonna lie, I'm king run, you heard? Police pull up in the hood, nigga, I'm running. Even if I ain't got nothing, I'm running, I'm out. I ain't gonna lie, I'm out, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, police pull, I'm out, nigga. They gonna have to catch me. Y'all gotta work for this arrest, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all gotta work for this shit. Y'all gotta work for this arrest, cause I'm not just surrendering. I'm not gonna lie. They're gonna have to put the work in. Yeah, and if y'all catch me, and if it's one nigga catch me, I got away from a few of y'all, and one nigga catch me, yeah, we gonna get it shaking. Yeah, we shaking for that. Yeah, you grab me, nigga, I'm wrestling with you. Get off me. Get off me. Yeah, we gonna get it in until the rest of them get there. But hopefully I done got you off me so I can keep running. Trust me, I did it plenty times. Yeah, facts. Look, right there. As soon as I'd open that door, I'd have hit that gate. No hands. Jump the gate. Got up. Nigga do whatever to get away. Especially you got that on you. Especially you moving dusty. Especially when
his
you moving
minicab
dusty.
to stop.
Look,
Mark
run!
tried to make a run for it, but he didn't get far before an officer shot Mark twice.
What?
With one bullet hitting him.
That's crazy. They shot him. Now that's crazy. He tried to run it. This is why niggas don't run. This is why niggas ain't running. I see. This is why. Rest in peace. Them niggas shot him for running. They didn't even. Did he pull a gun? Did he pull a gun? Now I gotta hear the facts. I gotta hear the facts. Cause that's fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. I done ran a few times situated. I ain't gonna lie, but they shooting niggas over here, bro. I'm telling you. I'm still running, bro. Fuck that, bro. They shooting niggas over here. One of my niggas just died last month. I got a homeboy that just got killed by the police last month, nigga. I'm running, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. They gonna have to shoot my black ass, nigga. I'm running. I'm not handing myself over. And that's crazy. He even had a gun on him and they shot him? That's crazy, bro. Yeah, see, that's why the riot started. Yeah, we rioting for that. I don't care if he had a gun in the car. He ain't have it on him. Why you shoot him? They was scared, bro. They scared of niggas.
And another blocking the cab from the back, forcing his minicab to stop. Mark tried to make a run for it, but he didn't get far before an officer shot Mark twice, with one bullet hitting him in the chest, leaving him unresponsive and bleeding out just outside his minicab. But instead of the officers to go help Mark out and take him to hospital to attempt to save his life, they were more focused on finding the handgun, leaving Mark to bleed out and die on the scene. Now the officer who shot Mark said his reasoning was due to him seeing Mark holding the gun in his hand, and even if this was a valid reason for shooting Mark, as time goes by, the theory that Mark was holding the gun at the time of his murder is becoming more and more impossible. First of all, Mark's DNA wasn't even on the gun, despite claims that Mark threw the gun with his bare hands just before he was shot. But this was also almost impossible. Mark was shot around 1.5 seconds after he left his minicab, in where he was only able to take a few steps before he was hit by the first bullet, so it would be quite hard for Mark to even find the time to throw the gun, which was somehow found 7 meters from where he was shot. And if that isn't enough to debunk this theory, the police officer who shot Mark said he didn't even see Mark throw the gun. It was another officer that said he threw the gun, which is very weird considering that Mark was literally right in front of him when the officer murdered him. What was most likely to have happened here is that the officers are trying to cover their tracks and could have potentially moved the gun from inside the minicab where Mark had left it and then placed it around 7 meters away to justify the killing. Residents of the Broadwater Farm estate were furious, and police were not given any answers to what had just happened. So 2 days after the brutal murder of Mark Duggan, on the 6th of August, friends and family of Mark marched from the Broadwater Farm estate to Tottenham's police station to demand for answers of what just happened 2 days ago. But instead of getting any answers, the marchers were welcomed to a wall of silence from police officers who crowded around the marchers. Time went by and people started to get more frustrated, and when the crowd started to get larger and more younger people started joining in, the peaceful protest started turning more aggressive, especially after there was an alleged attack from a police officer on a 16-year-old girl who was protesting. By 10 PM, Tottenham High Road was in anarchy. Police cars and buses were getting smashed and burnt, and the local police office was completely burnt down. 26 police officers were injured for...
Niggas burnt the police station down? Yeah, niggas turn up, nigga. Fuck that. Yo, you probably could do it on your PlayStation, bro. You probably just gotta go on the internet. Go on your internet on the PlayStation. And then just type the shit in, I guess. I think that'll work. Yeah. Go to the browser.
Throughout the night, starting the infamous 2011 riots, the news quickly spread around London, and a lot of people saw this as an opportunity to fight back on what a lot of people thought was a racist and oppressing police force. But some people also saw this as a quick way to loot some stores, while the police had lost control of the streets. The next morning on August the 7th, police set out forces around Tottenham to prevent any riots which may happen throughout the day, especially after hearing talks from local gangs in Tottenham that they were going to bring carnage to the area. But at the time, feds couldn't comprehend how big the movement was, and while police were setting up around Tottenham and nearby areas in North London, on the other side of London in Brixton, looting had already started before Tottenham even woke up. Before the morning was even finished, police had already lost control of London. Shops were looted, fires were burning, and police were nowhere to be seen in certain areas, and the country was put into a national emergency. During national emergencies, police use something called the airwave net.
I ain't gonna lie, I was locked up when this happened, because if I was home, I'd have heard about this shit for sure. I probably was in prison in a box somewhere. August 2011, yeah, I was somewhere in segregation. I'm not gonna lie. Matter of fact, I probably wasn't. I probably was in population at that time. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was locked up 2011 August. Cause I definitely would have heard of this shit. I know this shit was on all the news. I know this shit was on all the news channels. They turned up.
Police had already lost control of London. Shops were looted, fires were burning, and police were nowhere to be seen in certain areas, and the country was put into a national emergency. During national emergencies, police use something called the airwave network that allows officers to tap into different areas around the country through their radio, which was first introduced heavily after the 2005 London bombings. The only issue was the airwave network was down, leaving hundreds of thousands of officers clueless to what was happening at the time. The police didn't even know how many officers were on the ground, and it was quickly becoming apparent that the police was heavily under-equipped for the mass rioters, which was starting to build up throughout the day. Police cars were starting to run out, leaving thousands of officers stranded, with some even having to transport through buses, forcing officers from outside of London to be sent inside the capital to try and help the officers out. But by this time, the riots even had spread outside of London. First with reports that a nearby county to London, called Hertfordshire, had a couple jewelers being broke into, and soon there were even reports that around 3 hours away from London in Birmingham, a police station was in flames. The whole country was in anarchy, and no one knew what to do, forcing shops to completely close down, leaving streets completely empty except from looters. This was the real life purge, and more than an hour from Tottenham in Croydon, on the 8th of August 9:20 PM, the first casualty of the riots was caught, a young father of 4 called Trevor Ellis. This night was one of the most violent and lawless nights of the riots, and Croydon at the edge of South London was becoming a hotspot for looters. This was when Trevor Ellis and 2 of his friends, who were from an area called Brixton Hill in South London, took a 17-minute drive in a black Ford Fiesta and parked it off on a road called Scarborough Road. When parked off, allegedly Trevor Ellis's friends went into a cash converters nearby to loot a couple items and then return back to the car. But while they were returning back to the car, Trevor and his 2 friends ended up getting into an altercation with a group of around 9 people who were also out for the same reasons. This ended with a silver Peugeot and a black Vauxhall Astra packed full of looters getting into a car chase with Trevor and his friends until they reached a junction on Duppers Hill Road. The 2 cars boxed in Trevor's black Ford Fiesta and got out the car and shot several shots using a self-loading pistol, hitting Trevor in the head, killing the young father of 4 and creating the first casualty of the 2011 riots. But sadly, this wouldn't be the last, and still police could do nothing about it. So the members of public had to take situations into their own hands. In East London, the borough of Hackney was becoming a very popular place for looters, especially one area in Hackney called Dalston, where shops were starting to get hit up quite heavily. But a road in Dalston called Kingston High Street was left pretty much untouched. See, Kingston High Street has a...
Them niggas smoked them niggas, pulled up and smoked them niggas. Niggas say, y'all trying to hit our lick? This our lick. Chase them niggas down. Look, bro, niggas robbing, damn, bro. Ain't no good advice to give niggas in this situation right here. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't nothing good I can say. Ain't nothing good I can say, man. Yeah, niggas trying to get that money on. You fuck they lick up, man. I can't lie. What I'm supposed to say? What I'm supposed to say? That's fucked up. I can't say it's fucked up. They all on the same mission. You fucked the nigga lick up. And you from somewhere else. You traveled over here to this lick. Them niggas probably was from over there trying to hit that lick. And they're like, some niggas from somewhere else came? Yeah, man. It's fuck it though. It's riot time. Yeah, they like, fuck it, man. It's riot time. Niggas gotta go. They ain't from over here. I can't even, like, rest in peace to homie. For real. It's unfortunate. But he was outside trying to do something he should have never been doing. It's crazy.
A lot of shop Kingsland High Street was left pretty much untouched. See, Kingsland High Street has a lot of shops which are run by the Turks, which are Turkish people. They saw what was happening to all shops around them, so they made a pact to team up and defend the high street against any attackers, and it actually worked. Same thing with an area in South London called Eltham. Locals from the area, mostly fans of a local football team called Millwall, got together and started patrolling the streets protecting their local shops. And the same thing was happening all the way on the other side of England, in the city of Birmingham. Local Asian shop owners and families gathered up to protect their area called Winson Green. The day was August 10th, and around 50 to 100 Asian people, armed with sticks and bricks, were out waiting for anyone who would loot any shops in the area. But throughout the night, cars started passing by looking for trouble, which ended with a car driving more than 40 miles per hour into a crowd, killing 3 men defending their local territory. Next,
niggas moving dusty out there, gang. They moving dusty. This all y'all niggas think? Okay. Oh, y'all niggas think y'all mobbing. Y'all think y'all mobbing in front of y'all shit? Bet, I got something for that. I got something for that. I got something for that. Yeah. I got something for that, gang. Yeah, I got something for that, nigga. You think y'all y'all think y'all protecting the hood? I'm finna run you niggas over. 50 miles per hour. I'm coming down the block, nigga. Yeah, we spinning the block, nigga.
Team up and defend the high street against any attackers, and it actually worked. Same thing with an area in South London called Eltham. Locals from the area, mostly fans of a local football team called Millwall, got together and started patrolling the streets protecting their local shops. And the same thing was happening all the way on the other side of England, in the city of Birmingham. Local Asian shop owners and families gathered up to protect their area called Winson Green. The day was August 10th, and around 50 to 100 Asian people, armed with sticks and bricks, were out waiting for anyone who would loot any shops in the area. But throughout the night, cars started passing by looking for trouble, which ended with a car driving more than 40 miles per hour into a crowd, killing 3 men defending their local territory. Next day back in London, sadly another life was lost to the riots. A 68-year-old called Richard Bowles died in St Mary's Hospital after a 3-day fight on life support. A few days before this, on August the 8th, evening in West London was under fire, just like everywhere else in London, and groups of looters started gathering around the area, setting alight shops and looting them, right in front of herds of officers that could do nothing. This was when Richard approached the group and had a dialogue with them, which till now no one really knows what was said. After this, Richard attempted to stamp out a fire which had started in a rubbish bin, but while Richard was stamping it out, a rioter struck Richard in the head, knocking him out cold. Several officers saw this, but couldn't get to Richard with a large group of people fighting back officers who tried to get close to him, until riot shield officers managed to back off the rioters and shield him until paramedics took Richard away. CCTV footage even picked up that rioters even pickpocketed his wallet and phone while he was laying down unconscious in a pool of blood, and sadly a few days after he was pronounced dead. But while all this was going on, a control room in Lambeth in South London was watching everything, with thousands of cameras set up across London being monitored by senior officers in the room, with phone calls alongside social media platforms being watched by riot suspects. Back in 2011, the whole of London was locked in on a messaging platform called BlackBerry Messenger, which was a messaging software exclusive to a phone called Blackberries, which literally everybody had at the time. And this was a big way police caught a lot of rioters in the act, intercepting messages and statuses of planned looting and chaos, which ended with more than
That's crazy.
3,000 arrests connecting to the riots, and the judges were not playing with the sentence.
Nutty.
More than 3,000 arrests connecting to the riots, and the judges were not playing with the sentences. They were really trying to prevent this from happening again, so dished out some of the harshest sentences the UK had seen in a while. A woman who wasn't even part of the riots, but received a pair of shorts which were stolen during the riots, received a 5-month sentence in prison, which is crazy. Overall, the 2011 riots was a chaotic time, and more than a decade later from the riots, people say nothing's really changed. Quite recently we have even seen another issue of a police killing another unarmed black man called Chris Cabba, and it all just seems like history is repeating itself again, but that's a story for another day. It's been your boy Kid Nerd, and peace out.
5 months for somebody giving you some shorts is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It is crazy. I was mad. Yo, go follow us on Kick, y'all. We lit. It's late night. It's late night. It's late night. Pull up. Pull up. Yeah, we on here, man. Squeeze.